on, Roxy. Let's go for a walk.
I am proud to introduce to you Roxanne Elizabeth Coleman, also known as Roxy. Roxy is our 7th-month Labrador. She is a cross between a pit bull and a Labrador. We got Roxy when she was just shy of 2 months old. She was actually, I'm going to say she was 10 weeks when we got her back in May of 2022. Her birthday is February 28th, which makes her a Pisces. So Roxy was adopted from a shelter at PetSmart. When we went to visit her, my son and I, my son had actually been wanting a puppy for some time. And he, of course, was very convincing that, he would walk her and he would, clean up after her, any accidents around the house.
Drop
and,
it.
get her
Let's
well
go.
trained and all that. And I must admit,
Drop
he
it.
was really true to that. Roxy
Drop it.
is such a sweetheart.
Let's go.
She has quite a personality. She can be stubborn at times, but for the most part, she does listen,
Roxy.
and she is a very, very good puppy.
Let's go.
My son did a lot of training at home with her to teach her a lot of her basic commands. But when we left the shelter with her, PetSmart recommended a company called Good Pup. And Good Pup did some online training with Roxy. It was all done by video chat, where we could see the instructor and she could actually see Roxy as she was doing the commands that were being taught. So we started her out. I'm going to say she was probably 12 weeks old when we got her started in Good Pup 101, which is a basic behavioral training for puppies. And she learned things like potty training. She learned how to go to her crate. And she learned sit commands, stay commands, and learning her name. Because when we got her from the shelter, Roxy's name was Renee. And she came home and she immediately, she was, eating rocks that we had out in the yard. And so because she loved rocks so much, we named her Roxy. But we were told that it's not so much of the name itself, because we were concerned about changing her name after she had been called Renee, since she had been in the shelter. And the trainer assured us that, it's more of the tone that they react to or respond to more so than a name itself. And so it wasn't a bad thing to change her name. So, we felt comfortable with naming her Roxy. So she learned also, how to lay down, and a lot of prevention of things like biting, begging, chewing, and jumping, because when I tell you Roxy loves people, she really loves people. And when it's one of her family members, she will jump all on us when we come home. She's so happy to see it. We love the attention, but sometimes you don't want her claws on you or dirtying up your clothes or whatever when you're coming inside. So we were trying to teach her how to not do that, but she learned that really well in training. We also have a neighbor that was the first person outside of the household that Roxy got to meet. And Roxy, oh my gosh, she loves our neighbors so much. She's always jumping up and down on her. And I said, I'm so sorry, she's just a puppy and we're trying to train her not to do it. And she was like, oh no, it's okay. I'm a dog lover. And Roxy obviously knows that. And so that was our gauge, I guess, to see how well she was doing with the training. And she did so well. And now when she sees her, she'll just wag her tail very vigorously, but she won't jump up and down on her anymore. And so I'm very appreciative of the training for that. After Roxy finished her one-on-one course, we waited a week or two, gave her a break, and then we re-enrolled her in the advanced level 2-on-1 course. And so in the 200 level course, Roxy learned more advanced commands. She learned things like how to be patient, how to shake hands, polite greetings where she's no longer jumping on people. She'll just wag her tail. And if they extend their hand to rub her head or pet her, she may give little kisses or something like that. But she knows now when people don't want her to do that, she'll just sit on her hind legs, wagging her tail and being very attentive. She's learned how to do commands like leave it. It's a challenge sometimes if it's something that she really wants. It's hard to get her to leave it, but we've even trained her with treats. And so you can put treats in front of her and tell her to leave it, and she'll do it until you let her know that it's safe to do so. She's also learned how to heel and how to just, settle down. It's easier to get her to settle, when she's in the house, but we're teaching her to settle, when there are distractions outside. Maybe there's a jogger that goes by or a car or kids playing, and, we'll tell her to settle, and she'll just sit on her hind legs, and she'll look, and the tail will be wagging. She's very, very interested in what's going on, but she won't pull at the leash. She won't, try to run away or anything like that. So she's done absolutely fantastic with her training, and I'll see if I can get some pictures up of her certificates. But she graduated with flying colors from her 101 and her 201 level courses. And in the advanced course, she actually learned a couple of tricks like, how to settle, and we're teaching her left from right. And in a separate video, I'd like to get some of that footage up to you just to sort of brag about how good our Roxy's doing with her command. She's a very, very smart animal, and I see a lot of her pit bull and Labrador qualities. She thinks she's a guard dog. She's very alert, very attentive, but she will pay very close attention when there's something going on outside without making any noise or, getting everybody all rattled around the house. But she lets you know if she is sensing any kind of danger or anything for concern. And we really do love that about her. On a typical day, Roxy will get up at, I'm going to say maybe 6:30, and at that time she usually wants to go out to handle her business in the morning. She'll do a pee and a poop at 6:30, and then she'll come in, and it's time for breakfast at 7. Right now we're only giving her 2 meals a day. From the time she came home up until now, she was getting 3 meals a day. We were feeding her at 7, 10, and not 10, at 7, noon, and 5 p.m. And so once she turned 6.5 months, we decided to just break her down to 2 meals a day. And she transitioned really well with that. But we also tried to take away her wet food. Roxy was having none of that. And when I say none of that, she was having none of it. So we had taken her to a vet visit earlier on just for one of her regular checkups. And the vet was saying, I'm not sure where the conversation came from, but he was just letting us know that his puppies will do anything for liver sausage. And so, he uses it for treats and, to teach them tricks and, training. And so I'm thinking, okay, so we took away her wet food, and we decided, well, let's try and mix in some Braunschweiger, which is liver sausage, into her kibble, her dry kibble. And sure enough, she went back to eating because she had stopped eating for 2 entire days. I have a whole separate video on that I will post at a later time. But Roxy enjoys the Braunschweiger, so she's back to eating her kibble with the Braunschweiger. And at some point, we're going to try and take that away as well. It may be a bit early, I'm not sure, but we just thought she was old enough at 7 months just to have her dry kibble. But she's still growing at a rapid pace, and in my opinion, she's just over 40 pounds at 7 months. So she was only 10 pounds when we brought her home. And so it seems like each month we were taking her to the vet, she was doubling her weight, but her coat is still nice and shiny, and she's not shedding much at all, which, trust me, I am so very, very pleased about that. She's a short hair breed, and she will shed from time to time. We'll give her a nice little brushing. It's almost too short to comb through, so we'll just brush her, just every few days or so. And when she goes to the groomer, she will get a nice brushing after her shampoo as well. When Roxy turned 6 months old, we registered her at a local dog park, and we had to wait until she got her rabies shots and everything was up to date before we could before we would be provided a permit to allow Roxy into the dog park. And just as we suspected, Roxy has the time of her life. She loves the people there. She loves all the other animals there. And this particular dog park has separations for the small dogs, the medium-sized dogs, and the large dogs. And so Roxy, because of her weight, she started out with the small dogs, and my goodness, she very quickly, once she got over 35 pounds, she was able to go into the medium park. But she likes to play with the Great Danes and a lot of the other big dogs that she sees there. She's just not weighing enough to get over there just as yet. But Roxy loves all of the dogs there, all of the people there. And it's just so great to socialize her at such a young age. I've been getting a lot of cautions against dog park, even from the vet, before they're old enough, because of the different germs and stuff that they share in the water. And luckily, you do have to have a permit, and the dogs have to be vaccinated before they can get in, to cut down on, different kind of things like kennel cough and other germs and diseases that dogs may spread to one another doing close play like that. So we try to get her there, at least once a day, once every other day. We'll take her over to the dog park and just let her run out all of that energy, because she's a very, very energetic dog. We were told that her breed, being a part pit, that she would love to chew. So kudos to my son, who got her so many chew toys in the very beginning. And so we haven't had any incidents where Roxy has chewed on our shoes or our clothing or anything like that. She's very good to just go to her own chew toys that she has, and just love to play. And we all try to keep up with her energy. Luckily, there enough of us around to kind of share, because this little girl, I tell you, she loves outdoors. She loves running around indoors. She just wants to play and play and play. I'm actually looking forward to her growing up and getting a little bit older, but I still have to keep up my energy to take her out on these walks. I like to either walk her to the regular park by the house, or as you see just now, I'm just taking her around the block. So I get my exercise in, she gets her exercise in, and we're both just two happy campers. So I absolutely enjoy just spending time with Roxy indoors and outdoors, and it'll be very interesting to see how she does in her first winter here. We're located in Illinois, and we are true to the name of the Windy City here in Chicago. And Roxy, she doesn't mind the wind, but she hasn't seen any snow yet. I have a feeling she's going to love it. The dog park that she's enrolled in actually is open during the winter months as well. And they have at least 3 acres that the dogs can play in. So each gated area is about an acre for the small, the large, and the medium-sized dog. So she'll get to run out there if she chooses to do so. But you'll be seeing a lot more of Roxy around here, and I look forward to bringing lots of content. She's a fun dog. I have a lot of funny content that I'd like to share with you guys as well. But I just wanted to introduce you to Roxy and to let you know that you can look forward to more videos from Celebrity Roxy here on YouTube. So if you haven't already taken the time to subscribe to our channel, we would love it if you would subscribe, comment on any of the videos or the shorts that you see here, share our content as we grow, and you can say you are among the first to watch Roxy as she grows up on YouTube. It is a joy for us to have her, and we look forward to sharing her with you in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Come on. Time to go home. Time to go home. Let's go. Let's go. Go inside. Inside.